Travis Barker has been cheating on me for a long time. I'm very sad to say that he's cheating on me with my own sister, Kim. I saw them secretly being romantic. I even have their videotape.
Because he is cheating on me with some nasty Who? I don't know. This girl, I saw them. I saw it with my own eyes.
Travis Barker is allegedly cheating on Kourtney Kardashian.
Especially in the beginning of the relationship. I think like missing someone so important.
I'm just literally on the verge of like a mental breakdown.
I think you have to just try to move on.
It's just like, I can't believe that this is what my life is at right now, you know?
Do we really need to see the disintegration of yet another Kardashian marriage unfold before our very eyes? The way this new blind item is causing a stir has made Travis Barker appear suspicious and Kourtney Kardashian look anxious. A person only a little bit older than his daughter Alabama, who is 19 years old, has allegedly been his secret partner, not to mention how terrible the timing is. Things became even more awkward when inquiries into Travis's background began. Everything is beginning to fit together a bit too nicely, including the remarks, the receipts, and the history. So it would not be surprising if Kourtney already knows this girl's identity and is just trying to protect her reputation. Shocking news is shaking up the Kardashian world. Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker's marriage has come to an end. The circumstances underlying their breakup are laden with drama much more severe than anybody could have predicted. After barely 2 years, the once iconic punk rock power couple has officially called it quits. Despite their best attempts to make it work, their relationship couldn't weather the hardships. Insiders indicate that Kourtney is extremely upset, confiding her close friends that she tried everything she could to maintain their marriage. Their affair was nothing short of a whirlwind from the outset, gaining public attention almost instantly. It seemed like a love story plucked directly from a fairy tale. Travis's amazing beach proposal in Montecito, California, back in October 2021, happened less than a year after they started dating. While Kourtney's kids weren't delighted at first, the two families gradually merged effortlessly, creating the image of a picture-perfect union. Their path was filled with milestones that appeared to strengthen their love, until now. Their love journey played out like a Hollywood dream. Opulent weddings, headline-grabbing PDA, and even a major pregnancy announcement that had everyone talking. Kourtney and Travis truly had folks cheering for them. When they disclosed Kourtney was pregnant, and by November 2023 welcomed their son Rocky 13 Barker into the world, everything appeared wonderful. From the outside, Kourtney looked to be enjoying her very best life.
I just felt maybe not at my best. I remember just going with him and all the kids, whether we'd go to church or to an art museum or we went to the Happiness Museum one time.
Glowing with confidence and happiness. But let's be real, what we see isn't usually what's going on behind the scenes. Word on the street is that fractures had already begun appearing, and Travis's questionable past with loyalty wasn't exactly helping the issue. And here's when things gets nasty. Kourtney went into this relationship well knowing of Travis's track record. He didn't exactly have a clean slate. The man publicly acknowledged to some major dirt, including cheating on his ex-wife, Shanna Moakler, with 13 other women at the same time. Yes, 13.
It's kind of rehashing all those same subject matters, you know? So yeah, it's tough.
It's kind of hard because I think they would have trouble understanding like, well, why don't you want to go to dinner every night with me? Or why don't you want to see me every night?
I'm just like living life and whatever happens, happens.
And no, that's not even the worst of it. His infidelity streak began far back in his first marriage to Melissa Kennedy, and it's been following him ever since. Oh, but there's more tea to spill. Just weeks before Travis and Kourtney went public, he made it plain that he wasn't exactly sold on the notion of being tied down. He straight up claimed he valued his independence and wasn't into the whole forever commitment thing. And if you thought that was enough drama, hang on to your seat. Travis's ex-wife Shanna came forward with a jaw-dropping claim. She claims she spotted Travis hooking up with none other than Kim Kardashian while they were still married. Can you ever imagine? Kourtney's own sister. That type of deception has people really losing their heads. This entire scenario is basically layer upon layer of craziness. This filthy skeleton from the past came crawling straight back to haunt Kourtney, particularly after the birth of her kid with Travis. Those previous suspicions about Kim and Travis having a thing returned, this time with significantly more ferocity. People couldn't stop chattering about it, and it was evident the murmurs weren't going away.
You know, there's moments when I think it makes sense, but I try to almost give myself lip.
After years of evading the speculation and denying it all, Kim finally revealed the bombshell. She acknowledged it. Yep, she came clean about what truly went down between her and Travis while he was still married to Shanna. And let me tell you, the way this truth came out was pure pyrotechnics. My sources claim that everything unfolded during a tense family showdown when Kim admitted to the affair. She said it wasn't about love. Maintaining it was simply a one-time affair. But the drama didn't end there. Things became so hot that Kourtney actually attempted to physically go after Kim.
Forget about you couldn't be happy. You couldn't be happy for me. You couldn't be happy that I was the center of attention and you weren't. What is it that you feel so low of me? If you'd like to. No, I want you to dig deep and figure out why you hate me so much and why you're so angry with me because all of this never happened. I was so happy for you.
Stop it.
How old am I?
Stop.
How old are you?
Don't. Both of you. Okay, separate. No. You
Don't.
stop.
Never!
Guys, stop it!
Dig your nails in me!
You guys, stop! Kourtney!
If Khloe hadn't gone in to break it up, who knows how nasty it may have gotten. To make matters even worse, Kim didn't simply confess to the affair. She went into some pretty personal details, almost like she intended to twist the knife.
And now after doing it, I see how crazy it is and I see why people freak. But it wasn't ever really like super official. And so Lorne Michaels came in town and had lunch with me and my mom and officially asked me to do it.
After years of evading the speculation and denying it all, Kim finally revealed the bombshell. She acknowledged it. Yep, she came clean about what truly went down between her and Travis while he was still married to Shanna, and the manner this reality came out was pure pyrotechnics. If Khloe hadn't gone in to break it up, who knows how nasty it may have gotten. To make matters even worse, Kim didn't simply confess to the affair. She went into very personal details, almost like she intended to twist the knife. Apparently, Kim told Kourtney everything about how she and Travis initially grew close while watching a movie in bed, and how that event led to their hookup. Insiders claim Kim appeared to love releasing these bombshells, like she was trying to drive Kourtney over the brink. She continued repeating it was a one-time event, and that she immediately realized there was no true romanticism between her and Travis.
No, I never have. Absolutely. That I do not mind you asking.
Okay.
I never have. And that really sucks that has gone on.
But by that point, the harm was already done. This wasn't simply a confession. It was an all-out emotional onslaught. What makes this entire situation more tougher to disentangle is that, despite Kim maintaining it was only a one-time mistake, sources allege Travis maintained following after her for a long after their connection. When this came to light, it struck Kourtney like a ton of bricks. She needed considerable time to comprehend it all. Kris Jenner said that Kourtney absolutely withdrew herself for days, attempting to find out how to manage such a tremendous betrayal before making any serious choices regarding her marriage. Once she felt ready, she confronted Travis with everything, thinking they could work things out and somehow move beyond the disaster. But instead of resolving things, their chat immediately blew up into another massive argument. Frustrated and upset, Kourtney tossed forth the suggestion that maybe they should simply call it quits because they couldn't stop bickering. What truly stabbed her to the heart, however, wasn't the offer itself. It was how quickly Travis accepted without hesitation. He advised they should go ahead and divorce.
It was messy. And then I talked to Johnny, he's like, yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. And I was just getting ready to text her, and then you saw...
He's seeing all the things I'm saying about her behind her back,
the tension rises all over again, and then you have to wait more.
10 years. So it's like, it does make it really easy. Like we just all know each other and each other's.
That hasty consent, when Kourtney hadn't really meant it seriously, left her terribly shattered. To make things worse, Travis subsequently attempted to backpedal. Sources close to the issue say he apologized, stating he didn't mean it and was simply worn out by the regular disagreements, particularly with Kim's name often in the mix. But by the time he attempted to rectify it, the harm had already been done. Travis went out the door and their relationship was left in shreds. This wasn't simply a poor moment, it was the breaking point. The trust between Kourtney and Travis, which had been worn thin for a long, ultimately collapsed. Let's be real. This wasn't simply some petty family quarrel between Kim and Kourtney. The stress became a persistent, corrosive undercurrent in Kourtney's marriage, pulling her down more than anybody understood. What makes things more uglier is how the rest of the Kardashian-Jenner clan seems to have Kim's back no matter what. From what's been stated, this relationship has been building for years. Kourtney's the only one who continually opposes Kris Jenner's power over the family, and that's created considerable conflict between mother and daughter. Here's the actual tea. Sources believe Kris knew about Kim and Travis's romance from the outset, but opted to remain silent, reportedly to save Kourtney's emotions. The irony is that quiet just made things worse. Kourtney subsequently stated, "I don't trust my own family, my own blood, not one bit." Can you fathom how horrible things must have been for her to say that? Even though Travis denied the affair with Kim over and over again, Kourtney simply couldn't escape her thoughts. His troubled history and the emerging stories further exacerbated her anxieties. Family gatherings were a real misery for her. She'd be on edge the whole time, particularly if Kim and Travis were in the same room. And when those two ended themselves alone, Kourtney's anxiousness reached the ceiling. Scared that their so-called one-time affair may evolve into something more, things only got uglier when Travis hit the road with his band again.
But he dated Paris, and we were all friends, and we'd all like hang out. And when I was with Paris, we'd be on the road and go to like their tour in Amsterdam. And like, so I have been friends with him.
I felt at my wedding like you weren't happy for me.
Kourtney revealed that throughout his tours, he'd frequently become absolutely unreachable. Even his bandmates claimed they had no idea where he was half the time. You can only imagine the type of worry this produced for Kourtney when she was locked at home, waiting and wondering. And then there came another twist. Apparently, Travis's guitar wasn't only for music, it became a symbol of the developing friction in their marriage. According to sources, Kourtney did everything to keep Travis near, but the more she pulled, the more distant he appeared to go. They did manage to have one profound, sincere talk that appeared to repair things momentarily. They both decided to give each other a little space to re-establish their connection, and for a few months, it genuinely appeared like they were on the mend. Kourtney even made peace with Travis's ugly history with Kim, opting to let it go and move on. For a moment, it appeared like they were finally turning a corner. But just as things began to mend, brand new turbulence rocked the Kardashian-Barker home. Travis has another tour planned up, slated to take up on June 20th, which meant even more time away from home. The fissures in their marriage began emerging all over again. When Kourtney proposed they take a romantic weekend vacation before he departed, Travis's chilly attitude brought up all sorts of warning flags. She couldn't escape the sensation that something wasn't right. While Travis was in the shower, Kourtney took a risky decision. She checked his phone. What she discovered flipped her life upside down. There were texts from a lady she didn't recognize. When Kourtney confronted Travis about it, he shrugged it off, stating they were completely work-related. But here's where things took a turn. Kourtney, unable to accept his vague justifications, proceeded to delve further. She hunted out the mysterious lady and reached out to her personally. That's when her greatest fears were verified. Those texts weren't about work at all. Armed with this information, Kourtney faced Travis again, expecting some type of explanation or apology. Instead, he struck her with something utterly unexpected. He stated that he actually wanted a divorce. Since that violent time, the pair has had little to no contact. Kourtney's fury has now shifted onto her sister, Kim. She genuinely feels that Kim's participation in her relationship has been a big role in its breakdown.
You are a narcissist. It is all about you. Anything you do, it's about you and about how it looks to the world about you.
There has been situations where like I'll get maybe close to someone, then it's like, wait. I don't really want to deal with your ex. And I don't want to deal that like if he's going to say something. And I'm like,
the charges Kourtney is making are heavy. She believes that Kim's former love history with Travis has been a persistent cause of conflict in their marriage. She's also brought up accusations that Travis previously cheated on Paris Hilton with Kim, making her frightened that history may be repeating itself. These bombshell charges have created ripples across the whole Kardashian-Jenner family, disrupting its already delicate relationships. What makes this even more distressing is how it links into Kourtney's hardships throughout her pregnancy. Despite knowing how arduous Kourtney's quest to conceive had been, enduring numerous rounds of IVF and even having surgery to preserve her health and her baby, Kim still found ways to stir up controversy. Instead of helping her sister at such a sensitive moment, Kim opted to add additional stress to an already hard situation. One especially upsetting experience for Kourtney happened shortly after she got home from the hospital. Instead of offering support or even a hint of worry, Kim picked that opportunity to begin a fight. She made a nasty statement about Kourtney's parenting, stating, "Your kids have even come to me with their problems." It wasn't simply a jab, it was a planned dig aimed to doubt Kourtney's ability as a mother while setting herself up as the superior parent. This wasn't a unique instance. The animosity between Kourtney and Kim had been building for a long time, and things only became worse over the years. One especially ugly incident came during a family session, when Kourtney was opening up to Khloe about feeling abused by their family. Kim didn't just interrupt, she slapped her with a low blow, calling Kourtney the least appealing to look at. But Kim's actions during Kourtney's wedding to Travis could have been the most revealing of all. May 2022 should have been Kourtney's ideal day, a lovely opportunity to celebrate love. Instead, Kim made it all about herself. She couldn't resist pushing discussions toward her own wedding experiences, taking the focus at every moment. The worst moment occurred during an emotional statement by Travis's son. As he poured his heart out, calling Kourtney a great mother figure and thanking her for giving him true love, Kim had the arrogance to cut him off.
My sister used my wedding as a business opportunity.
She's mad at me.
Livid. She felt like her wedding vibes were like stripped from her.
I'm really confused how this narrative came into her head. Like, I couldn't have been more mindful. I said, don't do anything that Kourtney wore to her wedding.
I see both sides. Yeah, I see both sides.
People think that's a misunderstanding. It's not. It's who she is to her core.
Kim waved her off, unwilling to accept any responsibilities. It was just another indication of how deep the gaps in their relationship genuinely ran. Kim's response to Kourtney's sentiments was ice cold and contemptuous. When Kourtney called her out for continuously trying to be the center of attention, Kim waved it off, adding, "It's not that original. Everyone does it." That statement wounded severely. Things only got worse when Kim unveiled a new commercial that brazenly stole parts from Kourtney's wedding. It was a clear act of disrespect, showing no care for her sister's unique occasions. The familial turmoil didn't stop there. Kris Jenner's participation in all of this has simply given more gasoline to the flames. When Kourtney was taken to the hospital for a major operation, instead of being the supporting parent Kourtney needed, Kris arrived there with a television team in tow. Her objectives appeared clear: substance above sympathy for Kourtney. This was the last straw. But this time, Kourtney wasn't about to let it slip. She faced Kris head-on, taking her totally off guard with a boldness Kris plainly wasn't accustomed to. This new, more forceful Kourtney has been messing up the family relationships in a significant way. One of the most revealing moves? Kourtney elected not to notify Kris about her original pregnancy at all, letting her mother find out on the internet like everyone else. Sources close to the family claim Kourtney has begun purposely keeping elements of her life hidden from Kris, fed up with her mother's persistent drive for celebrity and her inclination to exploit intimate occasions for the limelight. For Kourtney, this move represents a turning point. After years of feeling overshadowed and exploited, she's finally making it plain she wants space, not only for herself, but also for her new infant boy. And although Kourtney knows both Kim and Kris may want to intervene, she's bent on maintaining her peace. Things became even more awkward when inquiries into Travis's background began. Everything is beginning to fit together a bit too nicely, including the remarks, the receipts, and the history. So it would not be surprising if Kourtney already knows this girl's identity and is just trying to protect her reputation. Everything began on November 10th, when Crazy Days and Nights broke the news, stating, "This reality star all of you know is being cheated on by her significant other with someone not much older than his daughter." As soon as TikTok learned about it, everyone started calculating. Whoever this said girl is, she is around the same age as Alabama Barker, who is 19 years old.
Travis Barker is allegedly cheating on Kourtney Kardashian with someone who's barely older than his daughter, Alabama, who is only 19 years old.
The internet didn't take long to predict who that reality star may be, and immediately all of Travis's perfect husband remarks gone. It seems that people were quick to retrieve receipts, since evidently Travis's infidelity isn't really newsworthy. One user remarked, "Oh, of course he is." Another remark wrote, "He's been a cheater his entire life. He wrote about it in his novels, if I recall correctly." Like, not even embarrassed of himself, just talking about how he cheated on everyone he's ever dated, even back when he was like 13 years old. And that's when things began connecting for folks, since the comments indicating Travis has always been like this weren't just being theatrical for views. They were simply repeating stuff he himself confessed. His story is simply him guiding everyone through years of infidelity, sneaking around and treating relationships as a side pursuit he never took seriously. One of the greatest surprises was how nonchalantly he wrote about juggling many females at the same time. When he was recuperating in the hospital following the aircraft accident, his emails were still open on his laptop, and that's when the truth slipped out. We're talking years of talks with various ladies. He even revealed he'd been toying with 13 ladies in 1 year alone, all while still attempting to keep his relationships running.
When I was setting up his computer and he FaceTimed with the kids, and he was getting a blood transfusion, and I looked in his email and I saw all the emails from all the women.
And it didn't end there. Travis said he was cheating on his first wife before they even got married. His bachelor party, total pandemonium. His companion characterized it as a chaotic all-night event with 30 or 40 ladies all over him, and Travis wasn't denying any of it. He wrote it boldly, like it was part of his brand. Then you come to the portion that constantly gets brought back up, the Kim Kardashian chapter. Travis spoke about checking Kim out when he was on tour with Paris Hilton, back when Kim was rearranging closets. He was telling his assistant how gorgeous she was, and that alone produced controversy at the moment. Years later, a story sprang up stating that he and Kim had hooked up, but Kim knocked it down with a very unambiguous, "Absolutely not." Still, many haven't forgotten how awful that entire thing seemed from the outside, particularly now that he's married to Kim's sister. And even in subsequent interviews, Travis didn't attempt to alter any of this. He spoke about drug usage, the club scene, strange individuals always pushing him into problems, and how crazy his life was. It offers a picture of someone who didn't simply cheat. He lived in a manner that made adultery seem natural.
The thing you wish you could tell yourself right now and be like, now you know what you know, and go back to like young Travis and be like, don't do drugs. Don't do.
Straight up.
Yeah, straight up. I mean, it just, man, it's so hard on your body, and obviously
Wasted time in your life.
Yeah, wasted time.
So at this point, when a blind item drops, stating he could be snooping around again, people aren't leaping to conclusions. They're linking patterns. The time, the conduct, the history, it's all lining up in the same way it lined up previously. And then everything from her history with Scott began being pulled back up. Suddenly, this rumor didn't seem random at all. It simply made it appear like Kourtney moved from one tiring problem directly into another.
Because he is cheating on me with some nasty whore. Who? I don't know. This girl, I saw them. I saw it with my own eyes.
Now, as if the infidelity allegation wasn't nasty enough, another moment from the Kardashians began making the rounds again, and it had everyone looking at this relationship with a whole other set of eyes. There's an episode when Kourtney and Travis run a race together, and Kourtney actually constantly stating she has to slow down. She wasn't prepared. She had only been doing 2-minute intervals, and she was still nursing baby Rocky at the time. Her body was obviously telling her she couldn't push it like that.
Ready?
I don't know.
I feel like you run it.
No, I was actually thinking this morning I was gonna lay the bed in the back and breastfeed.
No. You've been running lately.
Yeah, but I do 2-minute intervals.
I know, but you just put them all together. It's just 30.
I do 10 sets of 2 minutes.
But Travis would not let go of her hand. He continued tugging her forward, and given he is far taller than Kourtney, you can image how intense that pace must have felt for her. She even tried stating she'd keep going if she could just take a water break, but nothing. He continued hanging on to her and literally dragged her toward the finish line like it was nothing.
Hey guys. You let me drink this water, I'll be running with you.
And I'm sorry, but it didn't read as supportive at all. It appeared controlling. Looking back now, the early indicators were sitting right there. We simply didn't connect them until everything began fitting into place. But then things got weird, because instead of keeping silent or even acting a bit tight online, Kourtney tweeted a lengthy birthday tribute to Travis on November 14th, right in the heart of the infidelity allegations. And this wasn't some quick, happy birthday babe post. It was a whole love letter. She considered him appreciative, authentic, committed, the head of their family, and stated being his wife was an honor. So now it appears like one of two things is happening. Either she's attempting to shut the rumors down without confronting him, or she actually doesn't know what's going on behind her back. And neither option looks good for her. Speaking of birthdays, did y'all notice Kris Jenner's 70th birthday post with the entire family? Kourtney did. Not a look okay. She was not smiling at all. Everyone else is brought together. Even Kris and Kim are faking grins despite all the, touch-ups. But Kourtney, what is going on? Why does she appear so furious in every photo? She appears like she's standing there against her will. And truth be told, this is precisely why people are murmuring about a breach among the family. Since Kourtney doesn't generally conceal her feelings, you can always tell when something is eating at her. And that birthday picture lineup was screaming tension.
What is going on here? Like, is she genuinely sad and exhausted? Is she just not happy to be around her family? Or what's really going on?
It could have everything to do with how devoted she's remained to Travis despite all the rumors, the headlines, and the terrible energy that accompanies him. The family has always had strong feelings about her lovers, but this one seems different. It seems like they're weary of pretending things are okay while she continues doubling down on a relationship that is plainly stressing her out. And don't forget, this didn't start yesterday. Back in 2024, a report went around that Kourtney began dumping everyone in her life when Travis came into the picture, and it's become increasingly worse to the point where she doesn't appear to care about socializing with anybody from her prior life. That insider wasn't exaggerating, because when you look at how solitary she appears today, the pieces start joining. So if she appears sad in a family picture while still loudly admiring her spouse online, maybe that's the consequence of choosing Travis above everyone else. And now that everything is building up, there's one portion Kourtney hasn't addressed publicly, the part others swear she's been hinting to behind the scenes. Because the murmurs flying around right now indicate Kourtney didn't just hear the infidelity accusations. She discovered something. Something she's been sitting on. Something that reportedly reveals Travis wasn't where he claims he was. So the real question isn't whether the rumor is accurate. It's what Kourtney is preparing to do with whatever she discovers. And if she truly drops the receipts folks assume she's holding, yes, her entire marriage may be seconds away from exploding apart in real time.